Hey Capricorn, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right, let's see. Capricorn. All right. What is this sneaky card? Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like somebody is taking something extremely personally, okay? Definitely picking up that energy. That's like, I don't know. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, so we are going to get out just like 3 random oracle cards. I don't exactly have a placement for them, so we're just going to see like how they fit into your reading. So you guys have Dagger, Fear, Worries, and tense situations. And then you have Chair Filled, Someone New is Entering Your Life. And then the last one here, you guys have Dragon, Beware of Self-Delusion. All right, Cancer got this Dragon card as well. So, all right, let's see what is going on. So, okay, Dagger, Chair Filled, and Dragon. So, Fear, Worries, tense situations, Someone New is Entering Your Life, and Beware of Self-Delusion. All right, so you guys have the 3 of Pentacles. This is showing up for your current energy. So, I think there is something that you're maybe just kind of working on, or there's something that maybe you're working on in a group or following a particular plan, that kind of thing. Maybe getting ready to display something, show something, that kind of stuff. I also understand a sense of just like work ethic, something about that, okay? I think there's something that you're working hard on, and there's an energy of being like, I want to say proud about whatever this is, that kind of stuff. It's like I don't want to put my name attached to something that is not what I want my name attached to. That's kind of what I'm feeling. All right, so let's see. Maybe there is even like a tense situation with other people, or in something that you're, again, like kind of, I want to say at the bottom level of, or something like that. So, all right, you guys have the reverse Hanged Man. This is showing up in your energy around you. So maybe there's some stagnation, or there's a sense of, I actually understand this as like possible stubbornness, that kind of thing happening around you. All right, so maybe this is you guys trying to like get a plan up and running, or get a particular yeah, just like doing a good job at something, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if there is maybe something presenting in your environment that is maybe slowing something down, or I wonder if there's like information or something that came in that's like, okay, well, now we have to like take a different approach, or now we have to like work on this in a different way, that kind of thing. So, all right. All right. I gotta tell you, I don't know what the heck this means, guys, but this happens all the time. Like, this bench is sticking out to me so friggin' much. I'm like, what is going on with this? Like, I need to do like a friggin' like deep dive into this, because it's a message that keeps getting brought up, or it's like, I don't know. So let's see what's going on. You guys have the 9 of Cups here, and this is showing up for the possible challenge. 9 of Cups for a challenge. Okay, so maybe there is somebody new coming into your life, and maybe there's a sense of like being a little bit uncomfortable with that, or being like, I want to say like there's only room for one of us, or like something like that. All right, that like that kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm understanding here. All right, somebody might be kind of, I'm understanding somebody who's wanting to take a different approach on something, and I think that you might be the one who's maybe wanting to stay in like the old way of doing something, or there might be something here that you're like, you know what, I'm actually really satisfied or really fulfilled with the way this thing is going, that kind of stuff. And there might be a little bit of an energy of like having a hard time kind of like broadening, I don't want to say broadening your horizon. I don't think that's what it is, but it's more so like maybe integrating something new into like something that's already been like worked on, or like the old way of doing something, or like the original blueprint of something. I feel like there's something about that, like to upgrade it or update it, something about that. All right, that kind of thing. I also feel like so this is gonna be like such a weird reading. So I'm also understanding this 9 of Cups as like somebody getting to something like before you could get there, like they got something before you were able to get it, or something like that. That might be part of whatever this is. Okay, I also understand maybe somebody who's like a little bit smug hanging around, that kind of stuff. All right, maybe is even like kind of like a show off without even like trying, or I don't know, something like that. So all right, let's see. So you guys have the 8 of Swords. This is showing up as your opportunity. So there's an opportunity to either, I want to say, lock something in, okay? Like being like, you know, it's like sign this and now you're locked into it, like that kind of thing. I understand that. And I also think that maybe this opportunity possibly has something to do with maybe seeing where maybe you're holding holding yourself back in some sense, that kind of stuff. This could also be somebody else who's maybe just like friggin' not like absolutely refusing to see somebody else's perspective. Is like, dude, I don't don't feel that way or something about that. There might be something in that, something regarding that. And it just might be the opportunity of, again, maybe realizing that somebody is maybe diminishing themselves or possibly keeping themselves stuck in something. But this is showing up as your opportunity. This is an interesting one. So, all right, let's see. Maybe staying in place for something that's your opportunity. So, all right, let's see what's going on. We're going to get your oracle cards out, or more oracle cards out, and then we will clarify your reading. This is an interesting one. Where's the cards? Where's the cards here? So, all right, let's see. We're going to get some more information on this, and then we're going to clarify again. So, all right. Capricorn. I wonder if the star card is going to show up, or if I don't know, if there's like Aquarius energy rolling around somewhere. King of Swords. I wonder if someone's like, this seat is taken. Like, it's interesting. Like, you have this someone new is entering your life, but it's like for your challenge. Dude, what the heck? Look at your, we're going in a weird order, whatever, Capricorn. We're just going to go for it, okay? Look, you have fulfillment and 9 of Cups, and this is both showing up for your challenge. Like, to me, that's kind of like the same card. Not, I mean, it like is. So, all right, let's see what's going on. This King of Swords wants to stay around, so we're going to let him just kind of like, chill right there, okay, that kind of thing. So, all right, let's see what is going on here. I wonder if you guys are acquiring something that maybe you're feeling like, almost imposter syndrome. Like, is this real, or did I really do this, or something like that? So, all right, let's see what the heck is going on here. Capricorn. Okay, so let's see. You guys have, so you have this fulfillment card. This is, again, showing up for like your challenge here. It showed up with the 9 of Cups. You also have it with the 4 of Wands. So 9 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. I feel like maybe part of the challenge is maybe fulfilling something, okay? Maybe it's like, maybe it's something was fulfilled, like that kind of stuff. And it's like, now, you know, now it's not, or now it's not finalized in some sense, that kind of stuff, okay? I do understand that. I also understand maybe somebody here is like, I wonder if this is like the challenge of, again, like maybe being kind of like, this 9 of Cups, I'm telling you, I'm getting such like smug energy off of this. Like, this is somebody who's like, I don't know what their deal is, man, but like they're kind of stressing me out, which is interesting because you have this like dagger card here. It's like fear, worries, tense situations. I will also say the King of Swords, when it popped out here, it popped up on this challenge position, okay? Like the dagger, King of Swords definitely has a dagger there, that kind of stuff. There's something about like, I don't know, the way somebody is maybe like really quick to like finish something, or is, I don't know, maybe feeling satisfied or satiated with something, but is still going towards something, that kind of stuff. I also understand maybe being like, dude, this thing is satiated. It's like, it's at full capacity, something regarding that. I don't know. It's like the door is still open, but it's something is like already full. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You know, like clown cars, like, well, I don't know them personally, but like, you know, like, I don't know, they'll like shove like a whole bunch of clowns in a car. You guys know what I mean, right? Where it's like you open the door and it's like a never ending flow of like just clowns coming out. I don't know, something like that. Like I'm almost getting, or I am getting that visual, that kind of stuff. It's like, it's already at capacity, but we're going in anyway, that kind of stuff. Interesting. Okay. So, all right. Let's see what is going on here. I also understand something being like, okay, like, weird stuff coming out. I'm understanding somebody who's going to an airport and they're like, okay, I'm checking in, and they're like, yeah, but we don't have your seats. And you're like, no, I definitely bought a ticket. Like that kind of stuff. You know that that's like, that should be friggin' illegal, first of all, okay? Nothing to do with your reading, but side note here, Capricorn, that is the craziest thing in the world. How are you going to tell me I don't have a seat when I paid for an airplane ticket? That's wild to me. Like, so I have the ticket, but I don't have the seat, right? Like what? I don't know. Anyway, nothing to do with your reading, but I just like got that like imagery and I was like, that's annoying. Okay. That's really annoying. It's like friggin' like, I don't know, man, that should be illegal. So, all right. Anyway, back to your reading here. So, okay. Okay, so let's see. Also, I wonder if maybe the way that you were exiting something is presenting as a challenge. Maybe it's like, you know what, I've had enough of this. This is a lot, that kind of stuff. Okay, 2 9s there. It might be like, yeah, I'm really waiting for this to kind of conclude. That kind of stuff. There might be just a challenge in that way. Okay, something regarding that. So, all right, maybe this was overseen by somebody, King of Swords, or I don't know, something about that. So, okay. I also understand maybe what somebody here is considering, like, okay, that's great. Like, that's like a dream come true. Somebody else might be like, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. There's something about that. You have the reverse Hanged Man here. This is like, so I feel like this is somebody who's like kind of on board, kind of not, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. So you guys, for what you're not able to control here, you guys have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this is somebody's anger level, or how quickly something is like is moving, something about that. Okay, the speed of something here, or again, what you're not able to control is whether somebody is motivated to maybe push them out of a cycle of like being maybe even like overly greedy about something, or just being like, dude, I don't want to share this thing. It's mine. And that's what it is, that kind of thing. But I mean, I also feel like there is like some type of wish here. Okay. 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands, to me, that's like very much like wish fulfillment type of energy. You have this fulfillment here. Maybe there was a wish that like did not come true, or maybe there was a wish here that like sort of came true, you know, like a little bit, kind of like a tease, that kind of thing. So, all right. Okay, so you have the Knight of Wands, and this is showing up for what you can control. I think you're able to control whether you want to motivate somebody, or you want to kind of like, I want to say almost do your own thing, okay? That kind of stuff. It's like, it's almost like, do you want to wait for this energy, or do you want to be like a go-getter and kind of just like power through something, all right? That kind of stuff. I also think that it's like, you can't control what somebody else is like maybe willing to do, or what they're, again, or their anger level about something, whether they're as excited as something as you are, or whether they're pissed off about something, that kind of stuff, okay? You know what's interesting? I did a reading yesterday, I forget which sign it was, but I said something like, oh, I'm playing devil's advocate, and I was like, maybe that's kind of annoying. This might be what we're talking about, because I will tell you, I personally can't stand when people play devil's advocate. Like, I don't know. I like, you know, when you're pissed off, you don't want devil's advocate energy. You're like, no, just let me vent, or let me, you know, do what I'm doing here, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. I feel like there is also something about, you know, what you are able to control is maybe the direction that you're going to go in for something, that kind of stuff. Or again, what it is that you are motivated by, you know? It's like, you can control what you want. You can't really control what somebody else wants. That's what I'm feeling. So, all right, next steps forward, you guys have the Justice card here. So I feel like this is like, if something worked in the past, kind of keep doing that energy, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is also just making something like maybe incredibly, I almost want to say cutting something in half, okay? I don't know, cutting something in half, or there's a sense of maybe having early results on something with this Justice card, okay? That kind of stuff. You know, you also have this like dragon, beware of self-delusion. It could just be being extremely honest with yourself, that kind of stuff, okay? Or like taking into account, like, again, past energies, that kind of stuff, and seeing how that kind of transpired, that type of thing, okay? I would also say, here's what I'm understanding here. If somebody is walking into a situation and pretend like you've never met them, let's say that, okay? This card here says somebody new is entering your life. I wonder if there's something where somebody else has a very strong opinion about that person and is maybe trying to like influence you in that way, you know, that kind of stuff. That, you know, it could be that it's like what you're able to do here is kind of like making your own decision, or feeling out the situation for yourself, that kind of stuff. And it could be just like, you know what, be neutral about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let anybody else kind of sway you in either direction, that kind of stuff. So, all right. All right, let's see. So you guys have you have Enterprise, and this is showing up for your opportunity. And you have this Enterprise card with the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups here. So, I mean, there's Enterprise. That's not so bad. So I feel like this is, maybe there's something in the terms of yeah, like you doing something kind of like independent, or you maybe even having the opportunity with like a particular, maybe this is a company, okay? A company, or I don't know, something here, being the boss of something. I kind of understand. I definitely understand that. I feel like there's something here that's definitely worth going for. And I do think that you might even have a sense of like ownership over it, or you have the opportunity to do that in some sense, okay? Taking pride of something that you're working towards, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe this is even like opening a business, or overseeing a business, or something regarding that. So you have with the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups here. Again, this is for your opportunity. So there's something about, I want to say making like, staying in place for one reason or another, that kind of stuff, okay? Kind of like, again, like locking something in For some of you guys, this may be, I want to say maybe even about like real estate. It might be like locking in or locking in a particular rate of something, or locking in like, I don't know, a contract of some sort, that kind of stuff. Okay, I actually quite do understand that, all right? That kind of thing. Especially if there's something where you're maybe feeling like somebody is like saying yes and then no, yes and no, like back and forth, that kind of stuff. You know, it maybe it's like, all right, get this in writing, or you know what I'm saying? A contract of some sort, something like that. So, all right. Okay, I also think that you have the opportunity to maybe understand that maybe something that was passed down to you is like, somebody else might have like a freeze response in some capacity. Okay, might kind of be like, I'm frozen in some sense, or I don't exactly like know what to do, so I'm just going to be like really nice, or like kill something with kindness, or you know, that kind of situation. That might be part of whatever this is for your opportunity. Okay, I also think that there might be something about like if somebody is refusing to see maybe where they could help themselves, or if this is you, whatever it is, it might be like really connecting with your heart, or even like sharing a particular feeling, emotion, whatever the heck it is with somebody, that kind of stuff. I think probably somebody who maybe like relates to you. Okay, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Okay, I wonder if you're even feeling like you're stuck in a job. You know what I'm saying? Like you're stuck in a role that like maybe like you, again, that was like passed down to you, or was just like kind of like handed to you in some sense, that kind of stuff. I wonder if maybe your opportunity is to break free from that and kind of do something that is like really like heart-based, or something that is like maybe creative, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, all right, Capricorn. Okay, so let's see. I feel like there's an easier way to get through something here, or I don't know, or shedding light on like, again, where someone might be like kind of closed-minded about something, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Nine of Wands, and this is showing up as your skills to kind of like get through this, or to kind of conquer this opportunity. So Nine of Wands, I feel like this is you guys maybe putting like giving something another chance, or pushing forward on something that is maybe exhausting, takes a lot of work, that kind of stuff. I also think that I think you also are somebody who is like, you know what, I'm actually like really aware of what I want to compromise on, what I don't want to compromise on, that kind of stuff. There might be something towards the end of something, or the way something is finalized, that is like either up to you, or you have the skills to kind of like do that. I don't know, do that in some sense. I also think you have the skills to actually keep somebody like at bay, or hold something or somebody back, that kind of thing, for one reason or another, maybe until something is ready, or whatever the heck it is. Okay, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are like kind of really good at like putting up boundaries, that kind of stuff. I feel like that might be something here. I also think you're not really one to shy away from work, or to shy away from something that is like hard, difficult, that kind of stuff. So this Nine of Wands could also just be you guys being like, you know what, I'm really gonna, again, like push forward on whatever this thing is, that kind of stuff. Maybe working through exhaustion or overwhelm, something like that, you know. Fear, worries, tense situations showing up here. All right, I definitely understand that, like kind of with this Nine of Wands. So you have the Queen of Swords. This is showing up as possible help. This to me just feels like somebody who has seen something before. Okay, weird energy. This is going to be somebody who's either going into something completely blind, okay, and a fresh set of eyes might be exactly what we're talking about here, that kind of stuff, okay, or this is somebody who has enough freedom, is not really tied down to anything, that they can maybe devote a specific amount of time, whatever the heck it is, to you, that kind of stuff. I also understand this as maybe somebody who is extremely like they know exactly what it is that they're seeing. They're very decisive, maybe extremely honest with something, like in a critiquey type of way, especially if this maybe has something to do with like art, or you know, something in that aspect, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is just somebody who is like has a really keen eye on something, or is it's like this is the person who's not scared to speak up. Like if maybe like somebody else is like, oh my God, I don't want to get into a conflict, I feel like this Queen of Swords is like, that's completely fine, I'll do it for you, I have no problem like being the bad guy, or like I don't know, something like that. So all right, okay, so let's see. I want to say if looks could kill, I don't know, but all right. So you have the Emperor, and this is showing up as like the next steps to take. So I mean, dude, you have Enterprise and the Emperor. It's like boss mode, dude. Okay, this is awesome, Capricorn. So yes, this is like taking like full responsibility. Okay, taking responsibility for whatever's going on here, that kind of stuff. And again, working hard towards something, like really putting in the work, that kind of stuff. Okay, there might be somebody with like friggin' wise words here. Okay, again, and I'm telling you, this is. this is either, and I know these are two obviously different stories, but it's either somebody who has seen this before, so they understand what they're looking at, they're very like well versed in it, or again, it's that like fresh set of eyes energy, which can be just as, if not more important, or whatever it is, than like having seen something before. It's like there's no judgment going into it, there's no preconceived notions, that kind of stuff. Okay, absolutely what I'm feeling there. So all right, excellent. So let's just like get some more cards for you, Capricorn. All right, okay. Oh, Ace of Wands, I'm taking that as your clarifier, okay, because that's pretty amazing. You already have the Ace of Wands, so like, yeah, we're doing like motivation, that kind of stuff. World card, reverse tower, I love it. So, all right, let's see. So with this Ace of Wands here for your challenge, this is again showing up as like what you're not able to control. Definitely understanding if somebody else is maybe not wanting to like actively move on something, or if somebody is, again, quick to anger or not so thrilled about something, has no motivation, whatever the heck it is, something about that you are not able to control, okay, that kind of stuff. Whether this is what somebody else is motivated by, what somebody else wants to do, that kind of stuff, okay, or where somebody else is quite literally moving, or maybe this is this enterprise thing, something is literally moving, that kind of stuff. So all right, Knight of Wands and the High Priestess, this is showing up as what you can control. So I mean, maybe this is moving in an extremely intuitive way, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe keeping something a little bit under wraps in some sense, all right, like hiding where it is that you're like, where it is you're going, or there's a sneaky way to figure out, I want to say somebody's like following you, or you can control if you know somebody is following you. That sounds really, really sketchy, okay? That really sounds sketchy. But I don't know. There might be something about that. It's like you're kind of able to know if somebody is like on your trail or not. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. It's like, is somebody following me? Or, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. I also think that you are able to control something in the terms of you might know what somebody is motivated by just on an intuitive level. Something about that. That might be like an ace in your pocket, or I don't know, something like that. So, all right, you have the Justice card, and then you have it with the Star card here. This is showing up as your next move. So yes, I definitely feel like this is like, dude, if something depleted you in the past or made you feel like crap in the past, like do not do that energy again, that kind of thing, okay? And I also do think that this is like your next steps is to do something like really like fair, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe seeing something without judgment, that kind of stuff. And I also think that there is something to like either have some type of result, something like that, maybe coming your way, or that you're delivering news on whatever it is. And I feel like it's just an energy of like helpfulness, or, you know, feeling refreshed about something, or I don't know if it's refreshed, but feeling more like hopeful about whatever's going on, you know, that kind of stuff, or feeling better. I even understand this as being like, dude, be neutral so that the energy can just like be like calm, you know, that kind of stuff, and there's no real like bias going into anything. So all right, okay, so back over to your opportunity. You guys have the Nine of Wands, and you have it with the Knight of Wands. You have the Knight of Wands twice, and the Ace of Wands twice. Okay, so what else? Do you have anything else showing up twice here? No. All right, so Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands showing up for your skills. Yeah, this is definitely like keeping something at bay here, keeping somebody at bay, that kind of stuff. And I'll also tell you, I really think this is like, it's almost like when you feel like you've run out of like energy, or you feel like you've run out of like motivation, or what am I trying to say? None of those words were the word I was trying to land on here. I don't know, feeling like I don't have enough, like I want to sit down and take a rest. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like you're good at pushing through on that, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe offering yourself words of motivation to push through like the last leg of whatever this is, or, you know, something about that. So you have the Queen of Swords with the, all right, you have the Queen of Swords with the Queen of Wands here, showing up for like help. So I think this is somebody going to bat for you. I think this is somebody who, again, is like extremely intuitive, like weirdly intuitive. Okay, I want to say like scarily intuitive, something like that. Okay, that kind of thing. And I also think that this is somebody who's like, I can see something, know what that is immediately. I have no problem. Like I know what that is, something about that, or, you know, or somebody who's even scrutinizing something in the terms of the way something looks. I don't mean like your physical appearance. I mean like art, or I don't know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something about that. It's like, this is somebody who knows what is like correct or what is not correct, and is very much like okay with like putting their opinion forward, that kind of stuff, or moving forward on something because they're like so certain about it, okay? That kind of stuff. So super interesting. I really like this. I also think that if this is somebody who's like, I don't really know what this is, I'm going into this thing blind, then I think that this is maybe somebody who is really good at doing that and being like, I can figure this out. I can like kind of like meander around, or I can just kind of like land on it's like, it's kind of, what am I trying to say here? Like, it almost feels backwards, but it's not. It's just a different way of like working on something. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. It's just like they go into something and they're like, I can naturally figure this out. That's kind of what I want to say. So, all right, you have the Emperor, and then you have it with the World card, and this is showing up as your next steps forward. So this is really getting the motivation, determination, that kind of stuff to complete something or to really push to see somebody else's point of view, perspective, that kind of stuff. Okay, something regarding that. All right. I also think that part of these next steps might be to even like maybe have a direct conversation or communication with maybe whoever this Queen of Swords is, okay, that kind of stuff, and maybe like setting ground rules, or I don't know, something about that kind of stuff. But whatever it is, it's like making sure that something is completed, okay, like it's done, it's completed, that kind of stuff. That's absolutely what I'm understanding. And there is an idea of seeing somebody else's perspective or putting something like it's done, it's finalized, like, you know, like you had the motivation to go all the way with something. So friggin' awesome, Capricorn. So sorry, that was a little bit long of a reading. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.